Okay, now that we got rid of all that other stuff, my name is Ernestine Holloway. I'm the chaplain for CTRA, and I'm the second vice president. But most of all, I love God, state, and country, and I'm a Republican. I'm a proud Republican. I think the problem with our party is, one, we left God. He didn't leave us, we left him. If you notice, when you go to functions, nobody prays anymore. So what you got is a bunch of people practicing their own will. And that's our problem. Everybody's doing their own thing. You know, you hit the head and everybody scatters. So this is the time this organization, CTRA, wants to bring everybody back in that really wants this party to rise, to be what the founding fathers intended it to be. As for my African American brothers and sisters and Latinos that may be hearing me and saying, why is that black girl over there? Because you need to know, post-slavery, we were Republicans. This is the party that opened their arms to us. This is the party that accepted us. This is the party that gave us that lift to go where we going. They didn't give us free stuff, but they taught us how to fish. See, because if I give you a fish, you'll eat for a day. But if I teach you how to fish, you'll eat for a lifetime. And that's what this party was about. Yes, we are a bunch of business people, but we had a priority. We wanted to keep our government small. You know, Ronald Reagan had an old saying, if your government asks what I can do for you, run the other way. And see, that's what happened with the African American community. After the 60s, the families went erratic. What they did was they told the African American female, you don't need the male. We'll give you some food stamps and some money if the man leave the house. Well, without no man, there is no structure. I don't care how you put it. I can't raise no boy, nor do I want to. Because testosterone I still don't understand and don't want to understand. So I want to say this to the men. You are important. We need you. You are what God created to be the head of our households. And that is something that the left shies up from. You know, 2 men, 2 women. I'm sorry, that just does not work for me. Can't make babies that way. It just don't happen. We need to go back to our principles. We need to have a backbone. We have turned out to be some of the spineless jellyfishes, and that's not who we are. The people that you see here are all fighters. I can know that because you're here, and you come from far so that we can meet. So what we're gonna say to you is, thank you, honey. What we're gonna say to you is, come sit down and join us. You know, I am running for mayor. I'm not of Meriden. And if you notice, last year I ran for state rep and the state troopers harassed me. I'm the girl that they pulled over and said I needed a peddler's license. You know, if I'm peddling people, you know I should be in jail by now, like Epstein. You know, I want to say this. Don't give up on our party. Because if you fall for anything, then you have nothing. What we need to do is bring God back in. We need to submit and see what his will is and take our party a little bit further. You know, this fighting amongst each other just don't work. You know, a house divided can't stand. So if you're a rhino when you're in here, you got to go. Yes. If you're a Democrat in here, you got to go. If you can't stand for the principles of the Republican Party, you don't need to be here. I'm going to tell you like it is. I'm not against carry. I want you to carry when I knock on doors and somebody harass me. I want you to be by me. You know, this thing that we want to take everybody weapons don't make any sense. You know, I often joke about this in the black community and the Latin community. I didn't know that you needed a permit till I came to Connecticut. Because everybody had guns. Nobody robbed your house because they knew if you go in that house, you're going to get something. I think that back in the days when we were kids, everybody ate at everybody's house. Everybody slept in everybody's house. There was no color. There was no race. When you got your behind whooped, I didn't care if it was the Italian up the block, the black lady down the block, the lady, the Puerto Rican lady in the middle, because there was spatulas, spoons, and switches. Right. And you respected everybody. So when the party comes back to respect and not run other people in our races, we are Republicans. We have to put out solid candidates And when they're out there, we need to support them. I don't care, we the people, whatever party. We need to support our own. Only a poor frog can't praise his own. So we need to come together and support a candidate. I don't care if you live in Coventry. I don't care if you live in Plainsville. I don't care if you live in New London. We need to support each other. I went to everybody that I could debate, and I don't drive, so you can imagine how far I was taking buses and trains and cabs. But what they said to me was the one thing I'll never forget. We're shocked that you came so far. I said, the problem with our party is that we don't know how to support one another. So my theme is this. I want to create senior citizens boards so they can tell us what they need, and it don't cost money. I want to know what the youth need, and I want to go into the inner city schools. Because the problem is you gave a bunch of people a bunch of money, and you left, and then didn't come back to see what they did with the money. So now that they done squandered the money, you can't put a Band-Aid, now you want to blame the smaller cities. No, fix it. And one day I'd like to fix it. So I'll start off with Maryland and then take Connecticut by storm. God bless, and keep supporting our party.